Welcome to the second part of the story of Joshua. If you've not watched the first part, please find it and watch it so you can connect smoothly to this. Also, if you've not subscribed to our channel, please do well to do so that more of this type of videos will continue coming your way. Thank you. Let's proceed. After the great victory at Jericho, Joshua and the Israelites were full of confidence. God had promised them the land, and one by one, the cities would fall. But in the middle of this journey, they would face a painful lesson, one about trust, honesty, and obedience. Where would the problem come from? From their enemies? From within? We shall soon find out. Joshua gathered some men, looking confident. Then he said to the scouts,
"The city of Ai is small. Take a few men and go up to fight. We don't need the whole army this time."
So, Israelite warriors marched confidently toward Ai. But soon after, they were seen running back in panic. The enemy was winning. Some Israelites fell. It turned out that something was wrong. The men of Ai fought back fiercely, and Israel was defeated. Hearts melted with fear. How could this happen? Joshua tore his robe and fell on his face before the ark and cried out, saying,
"Lord, why did this happen? You brought us across the Jordan just to lose to Ai?"
With a very firm but calm voice, God revealed the sin to Joshua, saying,
"Joshua, stand up. Israel has sinned. Someone has taken what was devoted to me at Jericho. That's why you lost. You cannot win until the sin is removed."
So, Joshua called a solemn gathering the next morning and addresses the people, saying,
"Someone among us has disobeyed God. Come forward, tribe by tribe, family by family, until the guilty one is found."
There was a dramatic silence as families were called. Finally, Achan stepped forward, head bowed, and said,
"It's true. I took a beautiful robe, silver and gold from Jericho and buried them under my tent. I was wrong."
To restore the camp's purity, Achan and what he took were eliminated. It was a painful moment, but necessary. Sin has consequences, and obedience to God mattered more than any treasure. Joshua then prepared the full army. He knelt and prayed. The Lord spoke again, saying,
"Do not be afraid. I have given Ai into your hands. This time, set an ambush behind the city."
So Joshua passed instructions to high men, saying,
"Some of you hide behind the city. The rest of us will approach from the front. When they come out to fight, we'll run like before. Then, when the city is empty, you attack from behind."
The plan worked perfectly. This time, with God's plan and full obedience, Israel was victorious. I was captured, and the people knew. Success only comes by following God's way. With that, Joshua gathered all the people near Mount Ebal and Mount Gerizim. It was something very important. He paused the campaign to worship. So he said to them,
"Today we renew our covenant with the Lord. I will read every word of his law, so we remember who we are and who we serve."
Sometimes in life, even in the middle of our busyness, we need to stop to remember God's word. Thereafter, surprisingly, a group of men dressed in dusty, torn clothes and worn-out sandals approaching Joshua's camp. It was the Gibeonites. Their leader said to Joshua,
"We've come from a far land. We've heard of your God's power. Make a peace treaty with us."
Joshua looked suspicious, but curious. But these men weren't from far away. They were neighbors, afraid of being destroyed. They lied to save themselves. Joshua and the elders examined their old food and clothing, and Joshua said to the elders, "It seems they speak the truth. Let's make peace with them." But they forgot to ask God first. They just granted the request. 3 days later, the truth was discovered, and an Israelite said to Joshua in shock,
"They're from Gibeon. They live right next to us."
Joshua was disappointed and said,
"They tricked us, but we give our word. We won't destroy them. Instead, they'll serve as woodcutters and water carriers for the Lord's house.
News spread that Gibeon made peace with Israel. So, a coalition of 5 kings joined forces to attack Gibeon. A Gibeonite messenger ran to Joshua, panting, saying,
"Come quickly! The kings of the Amorites are attacking us."
Joshua responded, saying,
Do not be afraid. God is with us. We'll march all night and surprise them.
As promised, Joshua and his men marched in the night to attack the Amorites. God fought for Israel that day. Hailstones rained down, defeating more enemies than swords did. But when the sun was going down, Joshua raised his hands and prayed, saying,
Sun, stand still over Gibeon, and moon over the valley of Ajalon.
The sky immediately responded. And for an entire day, the sun stood still, until Israel had won the battle. Never before, and never again, did God listen to a man in that way. Joshua trusted, and God answered. Joshua led the army across southern and northern Canaan. City after city fell. Makkedah, Lachish, Hazor. God gave them victory everywhere they went. Kings were captured, cities conquered. Joshua obeyed everything God commanded. It wasn't just about war. It was about learning to trust fully. Joshua once again addressed the people, saying,
God has done what he promised. Not one of his words has failed. Now let us serve him faithfully.
Joshua's journey reminds us, God's way isn't always easy, but it is always right. Obedience brings blessing, and trust brings victory. Are there battles in your life? Struggles you don't understand? Maybe, like Joshua, you just need to pause, listen, and trust that God will fight for you. Be strong, be courageous. The victory belongs to the Lord. And that brings us to the end of this episode of Joshua's story. Please watch out for the part 3. And if you've not subscribed to our channel, please do well to do so. Thanks for watching. Do have a nice day, and bye for now.